I know Trương Ngọc Ánh for about over 10 years, and I've seen her movies, I've seen her production. We researched our staff, our director, our DP, and executive producer flew in numerous times to meet with numerous production company here. And when we met with Ánh, we felt that she understood. When we flew over to Vietnam and met with many producers, Ánh was the best choice because we felt that she had the most understanding of what we want to communicate. Because the director that we're using, Jordan Schultz, is an amazing, talented genius. And he brings Hollywood into the vision, and we want to bring Hollywood here to Vietnam, but I also want to have Vietnamese culture. So Ánh, knowing her understanding and background about the Vietnamese film industry, it's a great fusion, a great collaboration between Vietnam and Hollywood. And so by having Jordan and our story bring into Vietnam, and then having Ánh put in the cultural accuracy and emotion, I think that we have something that is very powerful. What stood out to me is that how will people see the movie when we're done? It is not a Vietnamese movie and it is not a foreign movie. It is a fusion of both Hollywood and Vietnamese movies. So my first thought is that I hope that I can share this vision and capture the heart and the true culture of Vietnamese based on my understanding. I left since I was 9 years old, and my memory is of a young child. But at the same time, that young child has a beautiful, naive, innocent, almost pure vision of Vietnam. And I want to capture that in this film, in this movie. And my thought is, how do I capture that? And I hope to capture that to win the hearts of the Vietnamese people. That there's so many words to describe Vietnam in my heart. I would say family, because the Vietnamese family here is so wonderful. And when we had the interview before, we bring foreigners in like Jordan, Alex, Randy, they're Americans. And you know what they say about Vietnam? It's the beauty, the majestic, but it's the heart of the people when they look through their eyes. You see the love and the family connection. So one word I describe Vietnam is family, the beauty of the family and the connection and the love. I feel that Trương Ngọc Ánh has a vision that is very, very similar to what we want to do for this project. Like I said earlier, we've interviewed other production company, but we felt that her ways of doing a project is much more creative, it's much more advanced, and she has a lot of experience as well, not just being a producer but as an actress. So she's also behind the camera and not just in front. So now she is able to give us her assessment and expertise on both sides that will make our project even better. I feel that Trương Ngọc Ánh is extremely smart, intelligent, and very good businesswoman. I feel that because of her business ways of doing things and being able to communicate with other countries and doing films and collaborating, she has experience. So for her to have that experience with internationally with other countries doing film production, I feel that it is the best collaboration with us. What impressed me about Trương Ngọc Ánh is everything that you've said. Her professionalism is up by par the best I've worked with. Her business intuition is really incredible, and also her acting is also amazing. This is a woman that I feel that is very rare, that has everything, including incredibly beautiful, smart, businesswoman, understanding the industry, and being able to communicate in a way that is gentle but firm. That is very difficult to do for, let alone a man, but a woman, a beautiful woman, to be able to do all that is absolutely amazing. So I respect her tremendously, not just as a woman, but as a person who's able to accomplish so much and with so much experience and being able to provide such expertise for our project. The difficulty for me is not here, particularly in Vietnam. It's because I'm not a actor and I'm not in the movie industry. I'm an artist in the art world. I'm very successful at it. Cinema art is a venue for me to create my visual language to make sure that people understand my work. So fine art is not difficult. Cinema art is very difficult because I don't know much about it, but I do know art. I do know visual art, that what looks good and what feels right. So the most difficult thing I think in this is the process, understanding how the industry works, because it's a lot. It took over 1,000 people so far to create this short film, 40 minutes, and I assume it's going to be another 1,000 people to create the feature-length movie of this. And I'm learning the process, so the hardest part is understanding the industry of how it works, production, time, location, and of course, I've experienced waiting as an actor so long just to do several takes, and those are things that I'm not used to, and those are the most difficult, I would say. And I wouldn't say difficult, I would say new, and can be challenging if you're not used to it. This is based on my memoir that is only taking a small portion of it to share what a child remembered of Vietnam. We did extensive research. It took 2 years before we even started this film, and even then we had our director, DP, producer fly in here for a month just to do all the research and then prepare in advance to make sure that everything is accurate, including props, location, dialogue, culture. They have to do so much study and so much research to make sure that it is as accurate as can be from a child's memory that was 7, 8, 9 years old. With that said though, I'm sure there are some discrepancy that because of just the nature of the time. But I feel that the research was very extensive in every aspect. But mostly the research is based on what my memory was from my childhood, and they research that to make sure that whatever is done is more accurate. And my favorite part is the location. It is so majestic and so beautiful, and we want to have this movie to showcase how beautiful and majestic Vietnam is. This short film is something that I wanted to do to communicate about my artwork. I'm an artist, visual artist. I do sculptures and paintings, and that's how I communicate. This film is another way to express my philosophy of my art, and that is the sole reason I do it, because I want to share what my philosophy is, but also based on my background. It also tells you why I do what I do now as an artist. So a lot of collectors that acquire my work wants to know about my history, my background, to understand my philosophy. So it's not really made to have a post office for box office hit. It is made for artistic sharing to the world for the short film. And we want to submit it to International Film Festival because I wanted to leave a legacy, and if it wins awards or nominated and wins, it will cement my philosophy as an artist, combining fine art with visual art to give something that people will see more than just movie or just a painting or sculpture. It's both. Once that's done, our executive producer wants to expand this short film into a feature-length box office movie that will definitely generate major revenues. We plan to film that again in Vietnam next year, and then of course premiere it here first in Vietnam and then worldwide distribution. It's hard to say how much this movie will actually cost. If this movie was made in Hollywood right now, it's easily $30 to $50 million. That's what it costs for US to make this film. But because this is a project that is about passion and it is about my visual language, and because I want to share something to the world and there's really no revenue, we've got a lot of people who wants to contribute their skills and their performances, and of course, like I said, with myself as an actor, I make no money off of this. A lot of people are doing it because of the pure heart of passion and for the art. But in terms of the basic cost, it's a few million to do just a short film. But eventually, I think if we do a feature, it will cost more. But at the same time, I don't think it's going to cost hundreds of millions like Hollywood, because we are doing something that is very unique and unusual, and it's more of a passion. So the executive producer is the one that decides the budget. I'm merely the one that wants to execute it, but it has to be greenlit by the executive producer, Randy Slater.